Indy Mogul.
This week on Indie News, I take my new GoPro Hero3 for a spin to find out if it's truly a better camera than the Hero2. And my friend Joe tests out FilmConvert, a plugin that promises to make your video look like film. Hey Indy Mogulers, Griffin here. It's Christmas Eve, so I hope you find time between traveling and spending time with your families to actually watch Indy Mogul this week. I guess we'll see if I get any views on this video. Let's talk about the GoPro Hero2 camera. It's a fun little guy that lets me be pretty creative as a filmmaker because it can go places that my DSLR can't. I even use it as a third camera at weddings, but one of the drawbacks, / reason it's relatively cheap, is that it doesn't have an LCD display. I could buy the $70 LCD backpack. Instead, I've been using the HDMI port to roughly preview my shot before locking it inside its case. This summer, when GoPro announced the new Wi-Fi backpack, I was tempted to buy it. For $100, I could preview shots and control the camera from my smartphone. Then the Hero3 was launched. For the same price as the Hero2 plus Wi-Fi backpack, the GoPro Hero3 Black Edition has Wi-Fi built in, plus a smaller, lighter body, and a faster processor that can capture higher resolutions and frame rates. The Hero2 maxes out at 1080 resolution, but the Hero3 can capture double the frame size, 4K, which makes cats look like giants. I only uploaded this video in 1080, so that lets me zoom in without sacrificing any resolution. This maximum resolution is limited to a stuttery 12 frames per second, so I could speed up the footage or use frame blending or optical flow analysis to build in extra frames. The Hero3 captures high-res 4K and 2.7K, each in 17:9 or 16:9 aspect ratios, at these frame rates. It also captures these resolutions at double the frame rates available on the Hero2. So in the 1280x720 resolution, for example, the Hero2 shoots 60 frames per second, which makes for smooth 40% slow motion. But the Hero3 shoots 120 frames per second for even slower slow motion. You'll notice the footage from the new camera looks dull and less colorful. That's actually on purpose. I have Protune mode turned on, which enables 45 megabit recording and several white balance options, including Cam Raw, which you're seeing right now. It looks ugly straight out of the camera, but this minimally processed image takes full advantage of the sensor's dynamic range, allowing more latitude when color correcting. Here's Protune turned off with auto white balance. Here's Protune on with white balance set to 6500 Kelvin. And here's Cam Raw again, then after I've color corrected. Perhaps the most useful video mode on the Hero3 is 1440p, which is the same width as full 1080 HD, but it's 4:3 aspect ratio, giving me the flexibility to reframe the shot. Plus, it's capturing 48 frames per second, allowing pretty nice slow motion. Just because I don't live an action sports lifestyle doesn't mean I can't make a stereotypical GoPro video set to dubstep. Hey, let's watch me pick up sticks in the yard. This is that over-the-shoulder rig I made this summer. I'm wearing a second shirt to hide the straps. The Hero3 also performs a lot better in low-light situations. And GoPro added a flat lens cover to the new waterproof housing. When shooting underwater, this keeps things in focus, a problem that the GoPro Hero2 had. The new case looks like it's been child-proofed. You can't accidentally knock it open. Instead of an SD card, it uses micro SD, which I didn't realize was this tiny. It also has a slightly smaller battery, which seems to drain significantly faster on the new camera. Wi-Fi is maybe the best feature on the Hero 3. The camera creates a wireless hotspot for my smartphone to connect to, and the GoPro app works really well. Now I can frame up my shot with live preview, and if I turn Protune off, half of the video modes support live preview while recording, so I can use my phone as a live monitor. One of the challenges of operating the Hero 3 is working with only 3 buttons. Let's say I want to change the frame rate from 60 to 24. It takes me 23 clicks. This is where the Wi-Fi really shines. Most of the camera settings can be changed through the smartphone app, so I find myself using Wi-Fi just because it's a quicker way to set up the camera. After I start rolling, I wish the app would let me turn off Wi-Fi, because I assume it sucks battery life. Instead, it takes 6 clicks on the camera to sever the connection. Even though it's no DSLR, the GoPro Hero3 Black Edition is a great deal. $400 gets you a tiny waterproof camera body that can shoot 4K video, or 1080p at 60 frames. Plus, it has built-in Wi-Fi. GoPro is also selling cheaper silver and white editions that have the same camera body and Wi-Fi, but slower processors. So let me know in the comments what other questions you have about these cameras. I've been hearing a lot about a piece of software called FilmConvert, which promises to take your video and make it look like it was shot on film. But I've been too busy to test it out. That's why I asked Indy Moguler Joe Kidd to take a look.
Hi, I'm Joe Kidd, and today I'm going to be reviewing FilmConvert. FilmConvert is a plugin for Adobe After Effects, Premiere, Photoshop, Apple's Final Cut Pro X, Final Cut 7 and Motion 5. There's also a standalone program. So, FilmConvert, what is it? Well, it's a program that gives you the look that you shot your film on film. Here's a test. This bit of software is really good, and you can get a free trial of it at www.filmconvert.com. Now, the software does cost $200. That's quite a lot. It's a good bit of software, but you could achieve the same look with plugins and presets and good colour correction.
There is a cheaper alternative though. FilmMagick Pro from Video Copilot, which is $50, slightly cheaper, gives you 50 cinematic style effects and also including a film look. This works really well, although there's no free trial. I have a friend who has this software and really recommends it highly.
So what I'd say is, if you've got $200 to spend on software like this, buy it. It's a good bit of software. If you're doing a certain project you might need it, get it, but it's not the sort of thing you save up for. Thanks, and back to you, Griffin.
Last week I interviewed the director of The Underwater Realm, and if you thought that looked cool, the premiere for these 5 underwater short films is tomorrow, Christmas Day. Also, if you have a SIZZLE reel for 2012, don't forget to submit that to our contest. We actually have some prizes, so be sure to get those to me by the end of the year. You'll find details for that in the description. So thanks for watching, and have a Merry Christmas!